You're listening to Four Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast.
Today is Tuesday, June 23rd. I'm Maria Lisignoli.
I'm Johnny Kahner. Thank you for watching and listening to Four Things to Know today.
Our top story today, after nearly 5 years of review, Ramsey County prosecutors say they found no reason to overturn 6 murder convictions tied to testimony from former medical examiner Dr. Michael McGee. Now, this review began after a federal judge questioned McGee's credibility years back. Barrett Leone has more on what investigators found after examining decades of cases.
This review looked at whether former Ramsey County medical examiner Dr. Michael McGee's work, his autopsy's findings, courtroom testimony may have contributed to wrongful convictions. And like you said, 6 convictions will remain. 1 is still under review. Now, Ramsey County attorney John Choi says prosecutors worked with independent medical experts from across the country and reviewed hundreds of cases from McGee. Now, this process started back in 2021 after a judge critiqued McGee's work. The county looked at hundreds of cases, then narrowed their investigation to 7. Those cases underwent an intensive review by a panel of independent medical examiners. 6 convictions stand. 1 remains under review. This review found some concerns with McGee's wording and testimony in certain cases, but prosecutors say independent experts ultimately agreed with his findings and determined any issues did not affect the outcome of those cases. Now, Choi says that their determination that there will be no changes in majority of these cases that were reviewed does not mean McGee's work was flawless, but they want residents here in the county to know that with this review, they operate with integrity.
And so our review provided us with the assurance that our convictions are fair and just, which is invaluable. We also gained those important insights into the work ahead of us.
And Choi says the review also highlighted the need for clearer standards with medical experts testifying in court, and they plan to use some of the lessons they learned here when giving instructions to the jury, as well as guiding future prosecutions and expert witness testimony.
Number 2 today, a St. Paul woman charged with assaulting police officers and punching an FBI agent was in court. 27-year-old Isabel Lopez had a plea hearing, and our Frankie McClister has that update.
We're outside the federal courthouse where a sentencing hearing just completed. Isabel Lopez was involved in an incident last June where FBI and other government officials were executing search warrants issued into a suspected criminal conspiracy by a drug trafficking organization. Well, she was arrested, as they said, that she assaulted, impeded, intimidated, and interfered with an officer or employee of the United States of America. Isabel has been on probation since the incident occurred, and after today, the case is basically going to be closed. In the courtroom, she pled guilty to all of the charges. She will not be in prison at all, and the judge said that basically she just has to pay a $25 assessment fee, and once she pays that, the case will be completely closed. We were outside of the federal courthouse whenever she spoke, whenever her community spoke, and here's some of what she said.
Because just in the same way they kept saying this is a serious case, that I did some type of violence, at the end of the day, I did not kill anybody. And that I don't belong to any entity or any government, or I'm only at the mercy of them, but I don't belong to any of them, and that's not me, at the end of the day.
Number 3. Some parents in the state's largest school district say they want to foot the bill for added funding. But as they push for a referendum, the Anoka-Hennepin School District is weighing its options. The nonprofit Parents for Good has been collecting signatures for weeks, 3,000 of them, they say, in support of placing a school funding referendum on the November ballot. Anoka-Hennepin Schools has cut more than $22 million from their budget, while eliminating more than 300 jobs over the past couple of years. Here's more from the Anoka-Hennepin Education President, John Woolhopter.
Counselors, social workers, and nurses are not nice to have it if you can afford it add-ons to our educational system. They are an integral part of providing a complete and high-quality education for all students.
Parents for Good say they intend to formally file their petition with the district this Thursday. District leaders have until August 11th to decide whether or not it'll make it onto the November ballot. But not all parents are on board with footing the bill.
Number 4, Dakota County is celebrating a new court with a specific focus on the Native community. The Dakota County Indian Child Welfare Act court will work to build trust with tribal nations. Officials say the court will ensure decisions about children are made with cultural understanding and respect. All 12 recognized tribes were represented at the Dakota County Judicial Center today. Now for some background on why this is important, Minnesota is among the states with a history of forcibly removing Indigenous children from their families and subjecting them to years in boarding schools. Those schools aim to erase Native cultures, inflicting centuries of intergenerational trauma. The U.S. Bureau of Indian Affairs estimates hundreds of children died of abuse in the more than 400 federal boarding schools across the country. That happened between 1819 and 1969, and Minnesota was among the states with the most of those schools. First Judicial District Chief Judge Christopher Lehman said the opening of the court in Dakota County marks a meaningful step forward in developing positive outcomes for Native children in the child protection system. Those are the 4 things to know today. Let's check in now on our next weather forecast.
Hi, next weather meteorologist Lisa Meadows. Low for tonight down to 61 after showers and storms clear tonight. Tomorrow, most of the rain will stay across northern Minnesota. Tomorrow's high coming in at 75.
And now, here's more to know.
3 people were shot last night in Minneapolis. It happened in the Near North neighborhood. Police say the shooting happened around 8:20 near Girard Avenue North. Now, they initially found a man and a woman who were injured. Police then found a third man in a shed nearby. He was also injured. All 3 were taken to a hospital and are expected to survive. Authorities are investigating now how they're all connected. So far, no arrests have been made.
A Minnesota man will serve up to 5 years in prison after he was shot during a confrontation with police. A judge sentenced Atanas Hristev yesterday after he pleaded guilty to assault. Police say his ex-wife reported him for trying to break into her Plymouth apartment last November. Video showed Hristev pointing a gun at the officer as he pulled up. The officer then fired his gun and injured Hristev. That's according to court documents. The BCA investigated the shooting by the Plymouth officer, and the county attorney has not yet announced if they believe it was justified. We'll, of course, keep you updated.
Immigration officials say a man charged with killing a beloved St. Paul barber is in the country illegally. ICE says they issued a detainer for Omar Ramos Castro. Officials say the 24-year-old admitted to illegally entering the U.S. from El Salvador in 2023 and has no legal status. He's currently in the Ramsey County jail. Investigators say he admitted to stabbing and killing Gabriel Arrezola Perez on Memorial Day. Castro told investigators Perez made an unwanted advance after they met up near some train tracks in St. Paul. That's where police found Perez's body. If convicted, Castro faces up to 40 years in prison.
McGee is celebrating its 4th annual Summer Salute. Their mission is to support veterans experiencing homelessness or veterans who may be at risk. So today, housing providers, healthcare organizers, employers, and a variety of other resource groups banded together at CHS Field in St. Paul. We spoke with Army veteran Sherilyn Olison, and she says she felt that support firsthand.
I remember being homeless with 2 kids, and they helped me find our home, and we haven't been homeless since, and they help with finances. Anything you can imagine, they help with.
Big news in Minneapolis's culinary scene. A highly anticipated restaurant is now open. The new Indigenous by Awamni is located inside the Guthrie Theater, and it's celebrating its soft opening today. And you can grab reservations online at Open Table. The grand opening celebration is in the works for July 4th. This restaurant is owned and operated by award-winning chef Sean Sherman. And I actually got a chance to eat at Indigenous by Awamni. There was a media night, and then also my one of my best friends from high school is a bartender and server there. So
wow.
She got me into the friends and family night too.
So you know the whole menu.
I honestly do. It is incredible. The cool thing about this restaurant, Johnny, is that you won't find any chicken, pork, butter, cane sugar, wheat flour, things that you would think are on every single menu in the U.S., but they use ingredients that were native to North and South America prior to colonization.
Wow. So you are getting a bunch of unique menu options here.
Yeah. I think one of the most unique things I ate was elk. I had never eaten elk before.
I love elk.
Do you?
Yes.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, especially the way they prepared it. What about, have you ever had a cricket?
No, haven't had a cricket.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have like this cricket popcorn.
Like fried?
It's delicious.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I was so surprised by their, like the way they get around not using butter or not using citrus. You know, they use different flavors to kind of create that flavor.
And it's cool atmosphere too, right?
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, it's right inside the Guthrie Theater, so if you want to go to a show and then get some fine dining, you know, it is kind of pricey. The menu is a little expensive, but they do have bar menu options as well as like a theater menu, which are way more affordable prices.
Cool. And last question. It's almost like you work there now.
Right.
Are there drinks like same ingredients like that too?
Right. Yeah. So no citrus.
Wow.
So no lime, lemon, but they do use berries and different plants and stuff like that.
Fun.
So it's pretty cool. I know.
Fun.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah. Let's talk sports. This was a big trade yesterday, Maria. Julius Randle is now off the Wolves. What's your initial reaction?
I was surprised, I guess. I mean, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, now he's gone, and it was basically just a salary cap dump. They're going to free up some space to spend money on other players, so they traded him to the Brooklyn Nets. The Wolves actually traded the 28th overall pick as well, and they got the 33rd back, so they lost 5 spots and moved on from Randle, but now they get like $30 million in space or whatever it is.
Whoa.
So now we're going to see there's a lot of offseason left, and the draft is coming up. It's tonight.
Okay.
So we'll see. Maybe there's another trade in the offing. Who knows what's going to happen? It's been a crazy offseason in the NBA so far. So that's at 7 o'clock tonight in New York. And then the NHL draft is also Friday. So the Wild are kind of rumored to be in the mix as well for a big trade. So it's kind of a fun little week here. The Lynx are off. They play tomorrow again. And the Twins are back in action tonight against the Dodgers. So interesting week of sports.
Absolutely.
It's time to take a breath with your Daily Bright Spot.
A St. Cloud couple both recently turned 99 years old. Insane.
Crazy.
Impressive.
But that's not the only thing.
No, that's not their only milestone, okay? Betty and Kermit Eastman. First of all, Kermit, incredible name. They just celebrated their 80th wedding anniversary.
That's a long time.
I don't think I've ever heard of that before.
Okay, apparently there's only on average one of these couples that celebrate an 80th anniversary in the U.S. every year.
No way.
Just one.
See? And it's a St. Cloud couple. That's crazy. They got married back in 1946, not long after Kermit returned home from World War II. In fact, they were married during their senior year of high school. That's what they did back then. During high school. And after college, they settled into St. Cloud, where Kermit was a school superintendent.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah.
2 kids, 5 grandkids. Wow. 11 great-grandkids, and I'm just struggling to read this, and 3 great-great-grandkids. That is quite the family.
I mean, when you're that age,
Yeah.
you stick around for the great-great-grandkids. That is wild. June 6th, they celebrated that wedding anniversary, 80 years. It's also known as an oak anniversary.
Wow, 80
so I'm not
years.
sure many people probably do not reach that.
No.
And what would you even give for an oak anniversary?
I have no idea. I mean, think of all the stuff they've lived through together.
Oh my God. Right, together.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
I would love to talk with them, see what their their tips are for a happy marriage, happy couple.
They said honesty. I saw
Really?
that. Honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hide anything.
Don't hide anything. That's great advice.
Yeah, great.
Literally.
They know, they're the ones people should seek out, right? They've done it. Take a listen.
Just don't keep secrets. And be honest. Tell it like it is. Well, just live every day. Every day is a gift.
I've got a lot to learn, I think.
Me too. Me too. Every day is a gift. And at 99, you can say that with confidence.
Yeah, and they seem like they're doing great. So congratulations.
I know. Congratulations to them. Well, hey, thank you for joining us here on 4 Things to Know. With John and Kahner, I'm Maria Lisignoli, and we're here with the news you need every weekday afternoon by 3 o'clock.
Listen to 4 Things to Know, a WCCO daily news podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
Love podcasts? Love Minnesota?
Check out the WCCO podcast studio lineup.
Hear the top stories of the day with 4 things to know.
Discover top female athletes and teams from around the state on women in sports.
Dive into stories about faith and belief, from your local leaders to your neighbors next door, with Bigger Than Belief.
Stay in the know on the go with the WCCO podcast studio. Go to WCCO.com/podcasts.